Hello everyone, welcome onto my YouTube channel, and this is your boy Elvis. And actually today I want to see whether you can catch any trade, on GBP USD. So right now I'm in my chart. Over here, and I want to see whether I can catch a trade. So what I'm going to be doing is really easy, and it will be precision. It will be a precision press action. It's going to be an easy one. So let's connect. Let's join my live. Yes, let's go in. Okay, confirmation. Let me see whether I'm clear. Okay, confirmation. Let me see if I'm clear. Just checking to see if I'm clear. Let's see if I'm clear. Okay, confirmation. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Let me try to fix something here. Let me fix something over here. Yes. Let me fix something small. I'm just checking something small. Yes. Check. Real quick. A real quick one over here. Let's check and see. Let's check and see. Let me mute this. Let me mute this. Okay, so I think I'm live, guys. I'm live. So probably right about now is that I'm going to be starting off with my live session. I'm going to be starting off with my live session. So okay. So if you look over here, if you look at GBP USD, you can see that you GBP USD is in an uptrend, right? And as always, I have my technique that I usually use. It's really quick and precise, as I told you in the first place. It's not that difficult. So if you look over here, you can see that price formed a high. Let's mark out that. Let's also include that. So let me try to zoom in and make these areas a bit more clear than they appear. Yes. So why am I doing this? So the reason as why I'm doing this is that if you look now, price is still within this. Let me even adjust. Let me try to adjust it a bit more for a clear picture. Let me use this instead, because all of these candles are inside bars. As you can see them, they're inside bars, right? So what are we expecting over here? Because this is today's price action. So what do we expect to see? First thing first is that we are in an uptrend, and as I told you, an uptrend. So as I told you that an uptrend equals to buys, right? So meaning that by all means I'll be looking for buys, as you see, as you can see, as you can also tell. So I'll be looking for buys. So let me delete this. Let me delete that. This as well. So let me go to my 4-hour time frame and I see what price trying to tell me. So let's read price precisely now. So if you look now, so let me try to zoom out and see the bigger picture, something more bigger than this, right? So let me try to give you a bigger picture on what is happening. So if you look over here, if you look down below here, you can see that I'm having an area that has been respected several times. Whenever price reach this area, price could bounce off, right? So after we knowing that, we know that I think now it's high time for us to go for what? For buys. Because first, why am I calling for buys? Why am I calling in for buys? So let me first show something still. First thing first is that you can see that, as I told you, that in the daily time frame, we were having an inside, we were having a big candle, and all of these other candles were inside bars, right? So meaning that all of this, meaning that consolidation is about to form. Because if you look into the daily over here, if you look into the daily, you can see that now consolidation is that all of these candles are within this candle, meaning that this was just Thursday, and then this is Friday, as you can see. So let me first check my calendar over here. Let me check the date. What's the date? Today is Thursday, right? Which is this over here. So now, what I'm going to do is, I now know that price is forming a consolidation grid in the daily time frame, as you can see it over there. So I'm going to go into my what? I'm going to go into my 4-hour time frame. So as you can see, my 4-hour time frame is that price now is within this area of resistance that I talked about previously, right? And in my previous videos, I've been telling you that price moves in this manner. Price moves in this manner: higher high, higher low. If it's an uptrend, higher high, higher low. If it's an uptrend, right? And if it's a downtrend, price will move this the opposite: lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low then. And how do you take trades? So on this scenario, I'm having this, I'm having this downtrend, but we didn't check news. So remember that always we have to check for news and see what is happening in the news, right? So now let's see. And where do we buy from? So in this scenario, if we're having this, because as you can see, we're having a downtrend right in for our time frame. We are having a downtrend. So if we're having this, where do we buy from? And where do we if it's a downtrend, we look for sells. And if it's an uptrend, we look for what? We look for buys. So in this scenario, sorry, let me try to put this. Let me try to put this straight. So this is what I'm having over here. So this is my trend over there, right? So now if you look closely enough, you can see that price has been forming lower lows and lower highs. I'm having this over here, and then I'm having this over here, right? So what does this call for? What does this call for? So remember that we are looking for sales. We cannot sell from this level over here. That's risky. That's why we say we sell high and then buy low, right? So for us to take any other trade, you have to wait for price for a pull. You have to wait for a pull phase to happen in the market. You have to wait for price to come back at this level over here, and then we shall execute our trades to the what? To the downside. But as per now, but we cannot buy at that level that I've talked about. So let me delete this. Let me delete this. So you cannot buy from here. I mean we can't sell from here because price is over what is oversold. Price is oversold. So what I'm going to be doing is I have to wait for price to retrace. Get. I have to wait for price to retrace back to this level. I can use the Fibonacci. There's a lot of strategies that you can use at that point, but as per now, I can't take a trade. So let's go back to my chart. So let's go back to my what? To my chart. But as I told you that I'm having an area of interest. I'm having an area of interest, which is this level over here. This level over here. You see this level over here. This is a very, very important level in price action. So what do we do? Hold on, let me try to make this clear. So you see that price is now failing to break this level. You see, it was respected, and then also to the left side, if you go, you can see price has been respecting this level, right? So meaning that I think I'll still be looking for buys at this very point. So now let me first go to my 1 hour time frame. If it's a downtrend, if it's a continuous to the downside, then I'll be looking for what? But as you can see at this very point, sorry, let me try to adjust this to the upside. But as you can see, this is the candlestick that we were looking at. That's the candlestick in the 1 hour time frame that we were looking at, right? So this was the zone that we were looking at, but as per now, this is not respected, but you see we're having this level down here. So what do? We don't see any trade here. So we wait for price to either break below this zone, wait for price to break this zone to the upside, retest, becomes a flip zone, then we continue to the upside, right? Or we do the opposite. We do the opposite. Wait for price to come to this level, retest, and then continue to the what? To the downside. So this level, I don't see any trade here. I don't see any trade here. Please don't trade. I think don't trade. So let's wait for price to first break this zone over here, these levels of support and resistance, because we don't see any clear trade. But according to my strategy, because it's precise, I can take some trades. So what I do is that I go to my 30 minutes time frame and then I see what's price trying to tell me. What is price trying to tell me at this very point? So if you look in my 30 minutes time frame, if you look closely, you can see that I'm having now this level over here, this level over here. Get moving that level over there. So I want to see whether this price, if this kind of closes below this, but if it closes above, then I'll be going for buys to this level over here, to this level over there. That'll be my take profit, and then my stop loss will be around here. That would be my stop loss. So that's it for GBP USD. I don't see any trade, but let's see some other pairs and see what we can get from there. So let's take GBP USD and see what are we having. What are we having in GBP USD? What are we having in GBP USD? So now if you look at GBP USD, so let me go to my daily time frame because that's the most important thing. So let me delete each and everything. Let me remove the drawings. Let me remove the drawings. Let me remove the drawings. So if you look at this, you can see. What do you see? You see an uptrend, right? So let me give you this simple formula. It's called the trend. It's called the area of interest, and then the entry criteria that you follow. So first thing is the trend. The second thing is the area of interest. Area of interest, and then third thing is the entries. So this is what I call my T. This is the T. Trend, area of interest, and the entries or strategies. So what do we see? If you follow this formula over here, what do you see? You can see that. So let me first delete all of this. You can see that we are in an uptrend, meaning that we shall be looking for buys. And as I told you, before we do anything, because I told you that my strategy is precise, it's clear. So I'll start off by marking the daily lows that have been respected consecutively, right? So I think I will consider this low over here because you can see that all of price action that is taking place is within these levels over here. So as you can see that all of these candles that were formed try to bleach, but they again closed within the level. Try to bleach, but closed within the level. Try to bleach, but closed within the level. So after me knowing this, after me getting this, I'll easily know what should I be doing. And if price crosses this level, I'll be know that I'll be having this high over here. You get. So as I told you that it's an uptrend, we look for buyers. So I'm going to go into my 4-hour time frame. So if you look into my 4-hour time frame, what do you see? But according to what I'm seeing is that we've been consolidating, we've been ranging. Price had no clear side. If you look here, is that price has been ranging. It's a ranging market, right? It's a ranging market. So meaning that by all means you can't do anything here because price has been ranging like seriously, ranging, support resistance. So meaning that as you know we trade as you know how we trade ranging market, wait for price to come at this level, wait for price to come at this level. If we to buy and then if we to sell, wait for price to come at what at this level over here. So let me back out that. Wait for price to come at that level over there. So right now GBP, JPY is ranging like seriously ranging. So as you know that this trade already left us because remember that we always consider the last candle that has been formed in a trend. So if I was to take any trade, I would have considered this candle over here, this candle over there. And then my stop loss could be around and then my stop loss could be around there. But let me first check and see what is the 1 hour time frame telling me, because it's always good to check. So as you can see over here is that now we're having a very wonderful setup. If you look, let me see, because this over here I had this candle, but this was a ranging market. It's difficult, but I wait for, if I'm to take any buys or if I'm to take buys, I wait for price to come at this level because I'm seeing that it's ranging now. I mean, if I'm to take sales, I'll have to wait for price to come at that level because at this very point I'm seeing that we are ranging. So I have to be looking at this candle over here and see how will I encounter on that. So if I'm to take any trade at that point, I will have to wait. Let me check. Has the price left me already? So let me first try this. So I'll be targeting for this low over here. Be targeting for that low over there. So I think price already tapped in. Price tapped into our level and then it's now selling. So I think I can go to my 15 minutes time from and I see. Yeah, it's not so big. I think I wait for retracement then wait for price maybe to come still, then I execute. So I think that's one trade that we've caught. We've caught a sale, but this is really risky because we are going against the trend. But as you know, with clarification, we know that price is now ranging. We're in a ranging market over there. So let's check it. Let's check some other pairs. Let's check some other pairs and see what is happening there. What is happening? What is happening? What is happening? Hold on for a minute. Hold on. Let me check something small. Let me check something. Let's check. Let's check. Let's check. So I'm having Euro USD. So guys, I think Euro USD is really wow. That pair is really, it pays off by the way. Just that people underlook it, but I don't know why. But this pair is really amazing because it has stunning returns. It has stunning returns that it gives to a trader. So okay, without any further wastage of time, let's dive and see. Let's dive in and see what Euro USD has for us. So as always, Just to be the daily time frame, right? Just to be the daily time frame. So I mean the daily time frame over there. So let me remove every drawing that I'm having here because I already profited from that. Already profited from that. So now, so let me try to do something. So if you look at Euro USD, you can see that Euro USD has been in an uptrend, right? So let me first check news. Let me first check. I think I'll be making another live, and I will show you how we do what and how I'll be making another live to show you how I will be doing how I use news, how I use fundamentals to look for trades. You get. So let's dive in. Let's dive in. Let's dive in. Let's dive in. So if you look, so this is my daily time frame, right? And as you can see now, price from this level over there, and then price. So I think at this time I'll be considering that high over there. So that's the daily. So let me go to my 4 hour time frame. What am I seeing in my 4 hour time frame? So I'm seeing that now price is like still falling to the downside, but as I told you, there are always levels that price respects. So now like this level over here. So if you look at it, oh sorry, can you minimize? So as you can see that this is a key level. As I told you, we always look for the area. I mean, we look for the trend. We look for the area of interest, right? And then lastly, what do we look for? We look for the strategy. So this is my area of interest. So as you can see that our price has broken this level, but still going. So I'm also still having this other level over here. So I think I'll not be executing any trade. Get? Because I don't think it's yet what? Because I'm having this level over here. Like it isn't yet market shift structure. Though I'm having this. This is the chalk. And then this is break off structure. Break off structure. So now I'm waiting for I want to see where the price reaches this level over there, right? So let me first go to my see if I'm to take any trade. I'll have to wait for that candle to close. But as per now, so let me first see my 1 hour time frame and I see what is price trying to tell me. Um, oh wow 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 wow. Okay, okay, I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. So I think we had news. We had news, right? So what I'm saying is that I'll have to wait for confirmation before I take any trade because, as I told you, that we're in an uptrend and we look for buys. So if I'm to look for any buy, I'll consider this candle over there, this big candle over here. Then I'll have to enter from here. You get that one in. And then you come at this point over there. Actually, USD is really doing a very nice and great job. So I think that's the point where we have to be taking our trades from. So let me first check my 30 minutes time frame. Let me check my 15 minutes to have a bigger picture on what we are going to be doing. So I think that will be a nice setup for us if we just stay patient and then we execute the trades. So as you can see now price is trying to climb back to the upside. So that is it for Euro USD. I think I'm going to be making another live in the evening because right now I'm not feeling well. Yeah, guys, I'm not feeling well, so this is where I'm going to be ending my live from. So thank you for watching. Be blessed. I love you all. Don't forget to hit the like, subscription button and turn on the notification so that you don't miss out any of the videos that I'll be dropping. So thank you guys for watching. Peace.